Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be working on this nail art design. It's very easy to do and it comes out looking very cute, so let's get started. I had already done my thumbnail just to figure out how it's going to look when it's done and to be able to show you guys. Starting off, I'm taking Blackcurrant Pop from the Maybelline Color Show range and I'm applying one thin coat to all the 4 remaining nails. Now this nail polish is not fast drying by any stretch of the imagination, so after you apply the first coat, give it a good 5 to 10 minutes to completely dry and then go in with the second coat. I did that, and now here as you can see I am going in with my second coat, and this time it's coming out way more opaque. After this I'm going to give it another 10 minutes to dry, and then will I and only then will I start the fun stuff. Alright guys, 10 minutes are now over and my nail polish is completely dry. For the actual nail art now you need a little bit of tape. I'm using scotch tape, but you can use sellotape, that's fine. Cut out a little piece and stick it on the back of your hand. Pull it off and stick it again, pull it off and stick it again. Do this 2 or 3 times till it is not very tacky, but it still has a little bit of stickiness left to it. Then I'm applying it diagonally across my nail. Over here I'm first doing my ring finger, and I'll show you why that is in just a little while, but for now just apply it diagonally on your finger, and this is going to act as your guide for this nail art, and it's going to make it easier for you to stay within the line. Then take a little bit of acrylic paint. I'm using the Camel one that comes in the tube, and this is called titanium white. Yes, it's called titanium white. You can use any, you can use the one that comes in the tube or the one that comes in the bottle, it doesn't matter as long as it's white. I'm going to take a really small amount, less than one squeeze, onto my palette. This is just an old cap from some container, I don't even remember where it came from. I'm dipping my brush in water and diluting it down quite significantly, but not so much that it becomes extremely runny. And this is going to be the paint that we use for the actual art. The brush I'm using is extremely small. If you don't have a nail art brush kit, you can go to your local stationery guy and ask for the smallest, thinnest brush that they have. Over here I'm just going to be applying 5 little dots in a circular, or rather a flower shape, to make the petals for the daisy. It's very simple, you just have to apply dots. It's not a very complicated flower, although in the end it's going to come out looking quite delicate. And I'm only working on 1/2 of the area, as you can see here. I think I'm just going to be painting one full flower on each fingernail and then have a few petals here and there, have half flowers here and there, but you can do it however you like. This is my one flower completely done, and here I'm showing you how small the actual brush is, so that you don't have a problem looking for it. It's smaller than my nail. Then I'm going to go in with smaller petals here and there, maybe a 3-point flower or something. And this part of the video for my first nail I'm not going to fast forward, so that you can find it easier to follow my instructions. Rest of the nails I'll fast forward because you would have become a pro by then. It seems that I decided to make a full flower instead of a half flower right here. As you can see, it's very simple, it's not complicated, it's just 5 dots. Since there's no more space left, I am going to be going in with half flowers or just some petals here and there. Now I'm going in with orange acrylic paint. This one is by Fevicryl. I am not going to dilute this because this is in already the liquid form. I'm going to use the tiniest possible amount to make dots in the center of my flowers. I'm also going to strategically place the orange dots in those flowers where I've only made a few petals here and there, so that it looks like only half the flower is visible. Acrylic paint is very quick drying, so here I'm only going to give it about 10 to 15 seconds to dry, and then it is safe to remove the tape and see what it looks like. Okay, so now I'm back and my acrylic paint has dried, so it's time to remove the tape. You can see that there's the tiniest amount of mess right there, so I'm going back in very carefully with my nail polish and applying a very thin coat. Now as you could see there, you could see that there was a little extra nail polish, but after you apply top coat it's going to go away. Right here I'm showing you what the nail art looks like as it is at this moment, with only the ring finger and the thumb finger done. You can leave it just like this, it looks pretty nice, but for the purpose of this tutorial I'm going to be finishing this design on every single nail of my hand. And this is the finished design. All that there's left to do is to top coat, and for that I'm using the Maybelline 40-second nail polish in the shade 01 transparent. A quick tip here, a lot of you would probably already know this, but when you're applying top coat onto nail polish or onto nail art, it's a good idea to coat the open edges of the nail polish as well, and it increases the wear time. This is what the final design looks like. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye!